Good day everyone, I am Michael, the moderator for this webinar. I welcome everyone for today's webinar, which is HIPAA and proposed changes for 2023. I would now like to introduce our presenter for today, Mark R. Brangelman. Mark holds bachelor's and master's degree in philosophy from Emory University and a Juris Doctorate from University of Kentucky. Retiring as an Assistant Attorney General, he now represents healthcare professionals, two government healthcare licensure boards, a government ethics commission, parents engaged in confidential child abuse and neglect cases, determination of parental rights, and adoption proceedings. Mark is a frequent continuing education presenter, including national organizations around the country. He helps his client navigate the law and ethics and makes the rules understandable as applied to them. Mark has worked for all three branches of government. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, Mark.
Thank you, Michael, at Conference Panel for that lovely introduction. I do appreciate it. So I promise you a good 60-minute hour of continuing education comment. Like an Olympic athlete, I am timing myself with a chronograph. Like the actual athlete I am, I may be a little bit behind already. My goal is to leave 10 minutes at the end for question and answer. If we run out of time for question and answers, I'll still take the questions but won't provide any answers. But seriously, I have been well known to go straight up to the 60 minutes of content. HIPAA and proposed changes for 2023. This was an interesting topic to really consolidate, get together, and explore for me. You know, here we are. I realize now at this moment we're in the last quarter of the year of 2023. It seems like a lot of it has slid out from under us. So why are we still talking about proposed changes? Because those changes are very much in play right now. And we will review HIPAA and proposed changes for 2023. We will introduce you to the federal regulatory process called notice and comment rulemaking. We will have an overview of proposed HIPAA privacy rule changes. We will examine existing guidance from the Fed's updated general prohibitions, new attestation requirements, changes to definitions. We had to redefine, the Feds are redefining things and changing those. We will talk about law enforcement requests, changes to notice of privacy practice, other various changes. We'll explore a little bit about alternative changes not made and discuss next steps for you all that are covered entities and business associates. We will conclude with some tips on avoiding liability and risk with best practices to anticipate HIPAA changes for 2023, but that are not yet in effect. I will comment. Let's go back one, please. There we go. I will comment that I'm always a little bit torn on providing education and guidance and training on coming changes in the law that are not yet effective. If there are proposed legislative changes like at the state level, I'm all in favor of getting the word out to interested stakeholders, professionals, healthcare practitioners, and such about the need for legislation. Once that gets into place, some of the nitty-gritty and the detail, like you will see in the HIPAA requirements, are yet to be determined. And so I'm a little bit torn about getting the word out, but in this situation, I want you to know that there are changes coming. There are going to be fundamental changes. It's just a matter of the details, and I'll try to not get mired down into those details because I think it will be a worthwhile time to share today as we will go forward, because there are changes that are coming. These are not yet final. We're not wasting our time by talking about something that's never going to happen. It's going to happen. Some disclaimers with the goals and the content of this program. I think it's important to be on the same page so we know what our expectations are about what this does and does not cover. So let's talk about an introduction to HIPAA and these proposed changes. 60-second primer on the federal regulatory process of notice and comment rulemaking. So here are the proposed changes. Core general prohibitions is to protect. There are changes to definitions in 3 significant ways. 3 added or amended definition. What's next for covered entities and business associates? Covered entities should prepare to make implementing changes. Summary for tips to avoid liability and risk with coming HIPAA changes. Thank you all for your time and attention. Michael, back to you to close.
Thank you. Once again, thank you, Mark, for the great presentations. So that does conclude the session for today. Thank you, everyone, for participating. You may all disconnect now. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.